Anyone who's driven the Toyota Prius knows it's not exactly a ball of excitement, so it makes sense that this larger, roomier, and more practical variant known as the Prius V would be even more of a thrill killer, right?
Wrong! Along with flat box furniture and camera equipment, the Prius V is roomy enough to carry a few surprises. The original Prius has light, numb steering. Strangely, the Prius V steers much better. Not only does it offer better road feel, but it has a quicker steering ratio, meaning the most practical of Prii is also the nimblest. In many hybrids, the regenerative braking system also comes with inconsistent pedal feel, making it hard to stop smoothly and generally creeping out the driver. It shows up in the Prius C and the regular Prius, but in the Prius V, the brakes feel normal. Look, I can stop as smoothly as a German limo driver. It's much nicer in here than in the rest of the Prius range. The surfaces are still inspired by nature, but in a lot of places, they're soft, creating a much more premium and inviting vibe, although softer armrests would be lovely.
Elsewhere, familiar Prius details carry over, including a center-mounted gauge cluster and this weird joystick shift lever. Beyond looking and feeling nice, the interior of the Prius V is hugely practical. There's a deep bin in the center console, plenty of cup holders, dual glove compartments, the rear seat side and recline, and in the back, the cargo area offers 34.3 cubic feet of space, just barely smaller than Toyota's own RAV4 and 50% larger than the standard Prius. Add to that supplemental storage spaces hidden throughout the vehicle, and the Prius V emerges as a virtual buffet of practicality. Given the Prius V's bulkier shape, it's not surprising that it's less aerodynamic than a regular Prius. Still, a 0.29 drag coefficient is pretty good. The size bump also increases weight by 230 pounds versus the roughly 3,000-pound Prius. Since both vehicles share the same hybrid powertrain, we can't be surprised that the weightier Prius V is slower to accelerate.
0 to 60 times take a leisurely 10.4 seconds, while the Prius V tops out at 103 miles an hour versus the Prius's 112. Keep all of that in mind if Johnny Tran ever challenges you to a street race.
Fuel economy is also worse in the Prius V. That's a sizable drop in efficiency, but there's no competitive vehicle that's as efficient with as much interior space. At a bit more than $27,000 including destination, the Prius V is $2,400 pricier than the standard Prius, but for the money you get 7 airbags, including a driver's knee airbag, push-button engine start, a 6-speaker audio system with USB and auxiliary inputs, and a 6.1-inch display with backup camera. If you're feeling indulgent, you can also add up-level features like dynamic cruise control, a panoramic sunroof, and Toyota's N-Tune phone integration and infotainment system.
Knowing what we know, there are plenty of reasons why fans of fuel efficiency would choose the Prius V. Maybe they have kids, maybe they have dogs or super aggressive ducks, maybe they're the drummer in a ska band. Doesn't matter. The best reason to buy the Prius V is because it's the most enjoyable Prius you can buy. Surprise!